At Tulane University, all victims of sexual assault deserve respect and support, so there are several options for you. First is the Office of Violence and Prevention and Victim Support Services. Second is the Tulane University Police Department. So if you've been drinking, even underage drinking, we want you to know that no university office will take any action against you for that behavior if you have been a victim of sexual assault. Third is Sexual Aggression Peer Hotline and Education. This is a 24-hour, completely confidential hotline when you can call if you've been sexually assaulted. The number is 504-654-9543. The fourth is Counseling and Psychological Services, which provides services such as therapy as well as psychiatry. Fifth is Tulane Student Health Center. Sixth is New Orleans Police Department. Seventh is the Office of Institutional Equity. It doesn't matter if the perpetrator is a fellow student, family member, employed by the university, or not affiliated with the university. You can still report to and receive information about the ways the university can support you.
Hi, I'm Julia Broussard. I'm the coordinator for the Office of Violence Prevention and Victim Support Services here at Tulane. So my office really has two main roles that it serves. One is the violence prevention piece, which is education, training, prevention work on this campus, policy work. And then the other piece is victim support services, so supporting our students who are victims of crime, harassment, intimidation, any other kind of behavior that serves to victimize someone. And then if they choose to pursue reporting to the police or reporting to the university, we're here to help you as much as we can through that.
Hi, my name is Jessica Urbinski, and I'm the Vice President of SAFE. SAFE is the Sexual Aggression Peer Hotline and Education on Tulane's campus. This organization works a 24-hour confidential hotline. Our phone number is 504-654-9543.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rosette Alcosain. I'm the psychology postdoc at CAPS. Students are always free to walk in without an appointment, and so they would come in, fill out some paperwork, and meet with someone for an initial consultation. And that's usually a 20 to 30 minute session where they can talk about their concerns with a therapist and figure out a good game plan based on their recommendations. Some of the options that would follow would be brief individual therapy at CAPS, and that's give or take 12 sessions depending on various factors and clinical decision making and that kind of thing. With a therapist here, it could also mean we would help you find someone out in the community who could work with you longer term if that's something that you wanted. We also have psychiatrists on staff who manage medication, and we work with them whenever needed. We consult with them whenever necessary.
My name's Dorian Mahoney. I'm a nurse practitioner at Tulane University Student Health Center Women's Health. Formerly, I was a sexual assault nurse examiner at Charity Hospital. What I'd like to do is give you information on what to do when you come to the health center if you have been the victim of a sexual assault, survivor of a sexual assault. First of all, when you come to the health center, we'll go to the desk and you can give a piece of paper that just says, I have been raped, I have been sexually assaulted. Give it to the receptionist. They will give you an appointment same day because we want to see you right away. Once we see you for an appointment, you will be seen by a nurse practitioner. We will give you a couple of options, and it'll be your decision. One of the options will be to stay with us, and we will do testing, treatment, and follow-up for 6 months for all sexually transmitted diseases. The second option is to go to University Hospital, which right now is on Poydras, the emergency.
To file a report with the university, you may make a complaint by contacting the Office of Student Conduct in the basement of the LBC, or filing an electronic report at tulane.edu/concerns. There is not a time limit on reporting sexual assault. However, the longer someone waits to report an offense, the more difficult it becomes for Tulane staff to properly investigate it.
So another piece of what I do is help students understand their options with reporting what happened to them and understand their rights there. So first and foremost, it's just a conversation with a student about if they haven't already reported to anyone, What does it look like if they report to the police? Does what happened to them qualify as something that they could report to the police? And then if a student decides to go through with reporting to the police or reporting to law enforcement, making sure that they understand their rights and options, and then being there just with them through that process as a support. So the other process that I can help students through is Tulane's internal process through either the Office of Student Conduct or the Office of Institutional Equity. So if a student is a victim of some behavior such as a sexual assault, dating violence, stalking, sexual harassment, and it is committed by anyone affiliated with Tulane in any way, they do have remedies that are available through the university.
Students can expect a prompt, fair, and impartial process to proceed, and we will not force them to participate in the process if they choose not to. However, we will keep them updated as well as to where the investigation is going and final outcome of the investigation. You may serve as a complainant, which entitles you to certain rights as the complainant listed in the Code of Student Conduct. The university reserves the right to initiate a complaint without a complainant and to initiate conduct proceeding without a formal complaint by victim of the misconduct. The formal process begins with reporting to the Office of Student Conduct. After discussing your options, one can choose to proceed with a hearing board process. A university investigator will be assigned to your case. You will meet with this investigator, whom has special training on conduct investigations, to give your statement. The investigator serves as a neutral party and will work with all parties involved in the case. Office of Student Conduct, as well as the investigator, will keep you updated on the process throughout the investigation. This investigator will put together a report of all the events that took place as a summary for the hearing board. Both parties will be able to review this report in advance of the hearing.
Hi, my name is Mark Beatty. I am an investigator from the Office of Student Conduct at Tulane University. My role is pretty essential in the hearing board process or the conduct process in general at the university. A part of my role is being a neutral fact finder in investigations and in speaking with both the accused and the victim. So I don't work as an advocate for either side. I am someone who talks and interviews with both parties. One of the things and the many things we offer is, first, we offer a non-adversarial interview. One of the things that we also do is we give an opportunity for a victim to submit any type of witnesses, whether it be character witnesses, impact witnesses, or witnesses that were there and who could give us a different side of the story and give us those optics and tell us something maybe the victim was unaware of. And in some cases, a lot of our victims might not know the full extent of what happened themselves because of some trauma that's related to it. It could be an alcohol situation in which, again, our victim couldn't give consent and couldn't, there was a capacity issue there. And so we recognize that.
The hearing board is made up of one student, one faculty, one staff, and one non-voting chair that have all been trained in sexual assault. All hearings are closed and attendance is limited. The first part of the hearing process is the responsibility phase, when the board decides if the accused student has violated University Code of Conduct by reviewing the summary of the report as well as listening to statements from complainant and accused. The board then goes off the record to deliberate, then announces the findings. The decision of the board shall be by majority vote. If the accused is found not responsible, then the hearing process is over, while complainant has the right to appeal this decision. If the accused is found responsible, the hearing process goes into the sanctioning phase. That includes character witnesses as well as impact witnesses, then another closing statement by the parties. The hearing board will then deliberate and make a recommendation to the Office of Student Conduct on sanctions. After the hearing, accused and the complainant will both be notified of sanctions after 5 business days. Complainant and accused also have the right to appeal sanctions.
So again, what I do and my essential role in those cases is I present a report. Those are all the statements from the witnesses, the victim statements, any kind of documents that they might have. If something does happen, we want to make sure that we support that victim. And so hopefully our process is going to be that non-adversarial process that will support you in a different way of holding that accused accountable for what happened.
Know that we are here for you and we are non-judgmental.
We never tell anyone that, it's going to be okay and that, we're going to make everything better. We want to give some of that control back to the victim that, the victim has lost. So a part of that is going through that process with us and the victim letting us know what they want.
Can't guarantee any outcome for them, that someone's going to be convicted or found responsible, put in jail, or expelled from the university. But what I can guarantee is that you will have an opportunity to tell your story and be heard and to stand up for yourself. And I always hope that anyone who goes through that process finds strength in doing that, because it really does take an incredible amount of strength.
We want to make sure that we prevent this from happening again, reassure the victim of their safety, and not only the victim, but our community.